A lot of influencers are talking about how healthy barefoot shoes are after some time of usage, but nobody talks about how it is to use them for the first time. So that's what we are checking today. I'm already hiking since 4 hours, but will I regret it at the end? Let's turn back the time and figure it out. The idea behind the barefoot shoes is that they provide much more natural hold for your feet, and a lot of people claims that they have resolved that problem with their knees or their ankles. And since I also had some pretty serious injuries with my knees, and they are sometimes still problematic, I always wanted to try them out. Normally I used to wear hiking boots. For example, here you can see me hiking in Austria. There were tons of stones, snow and water on the trail, and I'm not sure that a barefoot shoe would be enough in these conditions. But if you are hiking in barefoot shoes in such places, then definitely let me know about your experiences in the comments below. But currently I'm in much easier conditions, so boots are not strictly necessary now, so it's time to figure out how these shoes perform. But first let's talk about which shoe did I choose and why. Since I wasn't sure that I will like it, I chose a budget-friendly option. This one is called Bosky from the brand Bennon. I bought this shoe by my own money, so my opinion about it will be agenda-free. Here is how it looks like. As you can see, it is pretty much flexible. It has draw-cord shoelaces, and it is pretty good in breathability. On the other hand, we can't speak about waterproofness at all because of this material, so keep this in mind. Okay, let's talk about the terrain. I have chose a 4 hours long hike, which includes several different surfaces. Like, I'm going to go uphill on sharp rocks. I will also go down on a steep, slippery surface, and I will also try out a cave which have tons of slippery, wet stones in it. And I will do this with a roughly 10 kilos backpack on my back. And in the meantime, I will share with you all my experiences, so we will see how the shoe performs in these conditions and how my legs performs for the first time in barefoot shoes. But enough talking, let's go to the first surface and let's see. The first place where I wanted to test these shoes was on some really sharp rocky terrain. It's a great way to see how they handle uneven ground, where your ankles have to work a bit harder to keep you balanced. And since these are barefoot shoes, I expected to feel pretty much every rock under my feet. You can already see how flexible the sole is, and that's exactly why you get so much ground feel. I walked both uphill and downhill to see if my feet would start to hurt or if the shoes would stay comfortable during the test. I don't know what happened with my microphone here, but it didn't record any sound. So what I wanted to say is that so far the shoe was fine and comfortable. My calves stabilized my ankle enough, and feeling the rocks under my feet also didn't make my feet hurt, so I was satisfied so far. After this, I've hiked 1 more hour to the slippery downhill area, where I had to use my phone for recording to be sure to not to break my camera. Let's jump to the next location. I should have put my action cam on my head instead, but it's too late now. It's too late. I came from up there, from that direction, and it wasn't bad at all. I thought it would be much worse. I thought that stabilizing myself without the help of the shoe, because this doesn't help at all, will be much harder, but it wasn't, so it was surprisingly good. So let's see a bigger challenge, which will be the cave, which is full of wet stones. Okay, here we have some stones which are not stable but rolling around. So I have to tell you that it is not the best for this surface, so actually I wouldn't recommend it for this one. Right, I have arrived to the cave. It's down there. Yes, there. And I will pick up a headlamp, so I will be able to show you something. It is full of bats and everything, pretty much scary. But what we want to see now is that how the shoe performs inside, in that wet rocky area. Alright, as expected, it's cold, super dark, but I will try to show you how the shoe performs on this surface. Let's grab my phone. Alright, I will try to walk around on this area with this shoe. I can already feel that it's pretty much slippery. You see? so it doesn't really grab the surface. I don't think this shoe is for this kind of terrain. So far, I don't recommend it. Okay, here it is more visible that it's slippery. So I think this shoe is not for this surface. Let me go out and then we will discuss what we have learned about this shoe now. Alright, this was pretty much expected that this kind of shoe is not made for that kind of adventures. So it's just a proof that this is the case. But anyway, I have, I think, 2 or 3 hours left to get back to my car. So let's get to the conclusion when I have arrived there. Okay, to be honest, when going downhill back to my car on the same sharp rocky area, it makes my feet, my sole hurt a little bit because the impact is bigger when you are going down. So the shoe wouldn't be ideal when the hike would be much longer or multi-day or so on. So let's teleport back to the car. Done! Okay, so the way back was a little bit painful on the sharp rocky area, so I wasn't totally satisfied. But in summary, would I recommend barefoot shoes or this specific shoe to anyone? No, actually. But the reason behind is not this specific shoe or barefoot shoes in general, but because everyone's physics and everyone's sport history is also different, so there is no general shoe type which is good for everyone. That's the only reason why I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. But if you want to try out a more natural feeling for your feet during hiking, then I do recommend to try out a budget-friendly option of these barefoot shoes, for example the Bennon Bosky, because it's pretty good actually. Try it out for a simple walk or workout for a couple of times, and if you are satisfied, then bring it to a hiking trail that you know already and try it out. And if it doesn't work, you can still use it for outdoor workouts, for example. Do you have an experience with the barefoot shoes? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. And if you are curious about more real-life testing of hiking gear, then watch this video next. And also, don't forget to follow the deer. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Bye.